What's up, you guys? This is your girl Pipsicle. This video is an updated version of helping you to assess your chart. I'm going to leave this open-ended. I'm not going to actually make my assessment here. I'm going to walk through it with you because each person is going to see what they see. So first, what I want you to do is go to a higher time frame. I like to look at the weekly. That's my preference. There's no necessarily right or wrong. Some people prefer the monthly. And instead of looking at all this noise on the outside, I'm going to go ahead and go to full screen so you're not as distracted. And what I want you to do is literally just look at this picture. What do you see, right? So let's mark what we actually see. It's very simple. We see it go up, okay? We see it come down. We see it go up again. And then it likes to range. It's just going sideways, all right? So that's what we see. Very simple. Okay, didn't tell us a whole lot, but it did tell us we're kind of ranging on a higher time frame, on a weekly time frame. But what I want you to also do is just really quickly, let's zoom in, let's get more relevant. Okay, so what I would also want you to take note of is we see that there's a zone about there, right? And here it gets a little sensitive, right? It came down, but it bounced right back up. So it's kind of toggling back and forth, ping-ponging between those areas, and this is on the weekly time frame. We can also see that it's on a bearish candle right now. It looks like the bulls tried to push to the upside a bit, and the bears are still winning at this moment. Now let's go down. We're going to start at the week. We're going to work all the way down to a 15-minute. If you're a scalper, this video is not so much for you, but at least you can grasp the concept. I'm sorry about my stuff on here, guys. I have some markups from an older assessment apparently. So what I would say here is looking at this daily, we do see that it's kind of gone up. Maybe you could call it a 1, 2, right? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, and look for a correction. Maybe, did I say that right? 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C. Yeah, you could look at it like that. We do see that it's going down. That's a pretty large bear candle. It filled that bull candle wick there. But what I want you to also notice is look right here. I'm seeing that there's a zone right here that it's not really going through. And when I look across, it looks like it's coming all the way across, and it is. So let's go to a lower time frame so that we can see that for ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. We're on the daily, and we are moving down to a 4-hour time frame. So on our 4-hour time frame, I kind of want to mark where I see that it's been hitting a lot of that area. And again, there's no perfect area for your zone. It's kind of what you see, how you want to draw it. I'm going to zoom out a bit. And when I zoomed out a bit, I notice this has some confluence going all the way across to here, right? Look at this. It tapped here and went back down, tapped and went back down. But over here, once it broke through, it hit, it bounced way up, came back down, bounced up again, and it keeps bouncing off of this area. So this is a zone that should be important to us that you would want to make note of if you are assessing this pair. Also, that is a large bear candle and another one to follow. And for me, this is just sitting in a zone. It's not telling me anything yet. I don't know yet. It hasn't come up to confirm to tell me that it's going to bounce up or that it's going to push through the bottom, right? Retest and go back down. So let's go to a 1-hour time frame really quickly. All right, so on the 1-hour time frame, that helps us as well. What I like to do on a 1-hour time frame is kind of go back for the last 2 weeks and mark my highs and mark my lows. So the 29th, here's the 27th, here's the 30th. The 29th and the 5th were both Sundays, right? So when the market opened, so I would go here, I'd say, all right, the market opened here. Here's my low of the week, and I would mark that. Let's just put a dot there. I'd mark my low of the week, and I'd mark my high of the week. Then on the 5th, I would do the same thing. I'd mark my low of the week and my high. So I see that my high would be here, and my low is here, because today is Friday. So if I was going to mark these, I could definitely say that there's some correlation going on with this zone here. This is a very important zone, because for the last 2 weeks, nothing has broken through and retested enough to tell me that it's going to push all the way down below that. All right, and so also what you're going to do on a lower time frame, you're definitely going to take a look at your candles and see what's going on. You can see it kind of has a pinch. Everyone's going to interpret this differently, but those are some large bear candles. Looks like the bull candles tried, but we have to see what we think. And again, I want you to leave it for your interpretation, because how I interpret it is not going to be how you interpret it or anybody else. And I've made the mistake many a times of not trusting my own interpretation and trusting somebody else's and losing because I didn't take my own advice. So here we are on the 15-minute chart. I like the 15-minute chart because it really gets to show you where things are close up. And so also one thing I'd like to point out here is look at this. Look at here. This is a 15-minute chart, but this is also for me something that I would keep a look at because as you can see, it's ping-ponging here. And what I want you to recognize with what we've done here is we're on a 15-minute chart, but if we were to go all the way back out to our daily chart, our zone holds true. Our zone is so on point. Look at this. It is so on point. Look how major of an area that is. And you guys, you can only get that when you start at a higher time frame and work your way all the way down to a lower time frame. And so just for new traders really quickly, a lot of times we get overwhelmed with indicators, with information, with signals, with different people and what kind of traders they are. First, you need to develop and figure out what kind of trader you are. There's a lot of other things that go with that, but keep it simple, you guys. Look at the picture. What does this picture say? What direction is it going? What do I see is happening? All right. And when we zoom in, that's just to keep it relevant. One other piece of information that I would like to impart to you as a new trader, pick a pair. There's so many pairs, so many signals. You could trade 13 pairs and chart 13 pairs. For me, I found it overwhelming. I picked a pair that I wanted to have a relationship with, and UJ is who I'm in a relationship with, right? This is the pair that I look at, that I get to know intimately, where its zones, where its levels, where its monthly areas are. And that is what I focus on. And this is the pair. Sometimes I only trade this pair. This is my baby. Everything else to me comes secondary. So that might be helpful for some of you who feel overwhelmed. Pick a pair, stick with it like a relationship, get to know the ins and outs and everything you can about that pair. You don't need to trade every single pair, although you're more than welcome to. That is one cool thing about the Forex market. So I appreciate you guys watching. I have Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, my YouTube channel. They're all under Ms. Pipsicle. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you need any help, feel free to leave a comment, and happy trading.